What's up, guys? So I'm just going to be doing a quick thing today on how to do an ILS approach and landing, but I'm going to show you how to set up the autopilot for taking off and everything as well. So basically I'm actually going to be doing a flight from Heathrow. In fact, no, we're going to go from Paris Plage. Plague, I don't know, who cares, never landed there, but it's just fairly close to Heathrow. And it seems to have frozen. Okay, there we go, righty-ho. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the flight planner here. You can always use the flight planner in, when you're in the plane. I'll show you the other way. As we're going to be doing this as autopilot, we're going to be going IFR, and we're going to want to set up our route from Paris Plague to the wonderful Heathrow. Now what you're going to want to do here is, I'm going to make this fairly simple. I'm going to use the find route button. Then I'm going to come into Heathrow, and I can see an ILS feather here, and we'll get a bit more into all of them, what they are at the moment. But for the moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this red line here, and I'm going to drag it over one of those ILS feathers. Right, I've done that. Usually it's a bit different, and it's a lot easier. I'm actually coming in. I'm choosing this runway now. I am choosing 27 right now, whereas normally there's only one active and you'd have to land on that runway, but I'm just going to use this runway, and we're definitely coming in on this runway just for the realism. Wait, no, not for the realism, for the simplicity. And anyway, as we know, we're going to be coming in on 27 right. We're going to click on this, and it's going to show up this information. So what you guys are going to want to do is you're going to want to keep maybe the best way to do it is go to the snipping tool. I like to make a nice little snip. What happened there? I like to make a nice little snip of it. Keep it on my other screen, but I've already printed this off. I actually click the print button and print them off just because it makes it a bit easier. It's good if you have two screens. I have two screens, but I like to print it off. I like to have it there. Anyway, so I'm just going to go in, and I shall meet you guys in there. Hello guys, as you can tell, we are now in the game, and we are, oops, I did not mean to do that, and we are ready to go. So first of all, we're going to look around the aircraft. I'm actually in a 737-800 for this, in a nice UPS texture. I could do with a few windows, maybe be a little less shiny, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm just doing something quick. I'm not going to be doing any taxiing or anything like that. But just quickly, usually I'd do this all at the gate, but we're going to do it quickly now. So we're just going to set up the autopilot. This is the autopilot on the 737. This is your auto throttle arm. You need this pushed up to be able to use your auto throttle. And I'm going to be wanting to travel around 270 knots. Sounds about right. Why not? Okay, that will do. Okay, and we're going to be, how high do we want to be? About 6,000. So if I just go to 6,000, so this is taking ridiculously long, 6,000, and then I need to hit this, so altitude hold is on, and I'm going to switch this from nav to GPS, so that the plane flies on the GPS line that we made in the flight planner. Also, about the flight planner, the other flight planner is if you hit Alt and you go to Flights and Flight Planner. Okay, so now what's going to happen is when we hit this autopilot button, what's going to happen is we're going to climb to 6,000 feet at a rate of 1,800 feet a minute. And when I hit this button, that will engage the auto throttle, so that will make us cruise at 270. And also what you have here is a heading for selector. That's more for, I'd say VFR, but that's for if you get given a heading. which we're not going to be doing because it's all in the GPS. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to turn this on, but not quite yet. And what the nav hold switch does is it goes with this button here, and that is what allows it to follow the GPS. Okay, so when I have that turned on, that's what's going to make it follow the pink line. If I didn't have that on, it would just carry on going the way that I'm going. Also, there is one more slight difficulty. Okay, it's not really a difficulty, it's a problem that I'm going to have with this flight. My joystick's broken. In saying that, I think it seems to have calibrated itself. So, okay, I think that restart actually fixed it when I restarted my computer. So we might not have any problems. But anyway, righty-ho, we're actually going to head off here. So, let's get going. I do like this plane. It's a slightly upgraded 737. My server uses it for hops when we go from one airport to another fairly quickly. It's slightly faster. It's slightly faster than the default one. And as you can tell, if I bring up the GPS, it's got that thing on the bottom. It's also got Autopilot on there, which the standard one doesn't have either. I might have stuffed this up slightly because only I would do that. I stuck full throttle on very late. Okay. Right. Righty-ho. Okay, yeah, my joystick is still going a bit funny. It likes to lean over to the left for some reason. But anyway, now we're going to hit the speed. And you see, oh, here we are on a slight turn. I'm actually going to stick the nav hold switch on now. So the plane is now fully on the ILS. No, on the ILS, the autopilot. You can tell because this pink thing here is called the flight director, the FD. And you see if I switch this on and off, you can see that it's changing that on and off. That just shows whereabouts the ILS should be heading. So now we're basically in the air. We should be coming on to that pink line, which as you can see we are. And I shall meet you guys when we are a bit close to the airport. Hello guys, so we're a bit closer to Heathrow now. Anybody knows London and Heathrow, you'll know that this is London here. So Heathrow is just somewhere over there. If we look on the map as well, we'll be able to see that we are on our way to the ILS approach. We're about not too far away. So what I'm doing now is I'm reducing my speed and also my altitude. And basically what you want to do now is, you know that little screen that came up and showed us what the runway was called? It had the little green map. Well, basically that's where you're going to want to look at this. So we know that we're coming in on 27 right. The type is an ILS. The frequency is 110.3 and the heading is 272 with a Morse code that I'm not going to actually do. Okay, so basically what we're going to want to do with these things, this heading, you're going to want to put in your course selector. I know it's called a heading, so you'd think it goes in there, but it actually goes in the course. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go to 272, as that is for this runway. Oh, 272, my bad. 272, and the ILS frequency is 110.3. So we're going to we are going to go into nav 1, and we're going to go to, well, sorry, we're going to go into the radio stack, and we're going to go to nav 1, and we're going to change this to 110.3. And then we're going to switch that over to the active, because you can, look, if I click here, it won't let me change that. You can only change the standby, and that's so they don't make any mistakes by accident. And like hit the knob and change it by accident. But anyway, that doesn't matter. Then what you're going to want to do is hit this here to make it active, and you'll see that it lights up down here. So you are now on the ILS frequency. Well, you're not on it, but you've got it typed in, so it's ready to catch on to the ILS frequency. Now, what you're going to want to do is we're 32 miles away from the airport. So we are a bit far out now. But you're going to want to start... You guys should know when you need to have your speed down, etc, etc. So just be aware of how close you are to the airport, and you're going to want to start getting close to the airport. You're going to just carry on the GPS route for the moment, and you're going to want to listen out to some Morse code. As soon as you hit that Morse, and also something will light up. I can't remember what it is, but something will light up. In fact, I remember what it is. This thing here will light up, I think, when you're on the ILS. And as soon as you're on the ILS, you know you're ready. You know you're ready to actually do something. But for the moment, we need to wait for me to get to that stage. So I'm just going to keep an eye on my speed and keep an eye on my altitude as I come in. So that once again, just need to keep an eye on my altitude and my speed, and listen out for that Morse code. Oh, in fact, I can now hear that Morse code. So actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it now. I could wait a little bit, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the radio stack. I can tell it's definitely on because it says ID. And I'm going to switch this GPS and nav button to nav. And now you can see this little diamond here is just appeared. And this needs to be in the middle. Basically, this is how to the left or the right of the runway you are. This needs to be in the middle. You don't need to worry about trying to get in the middle. As long as you're far enough out and it's got enough time to do it, it will do it itself. That's why it's autopilot. The only other thing you need to keep an eye out for now is you'll get another one of these pink diamonds come up down here. And basically what's going to happen is the diamond is going to start falling until it gets halfway, and then you're going to want to switch on the approach hold, which will allow your aircraft... in fact, there we go. So now we just need to wait for that to come down. I'm actually going a little bit slow because I'm not on an approach yet, which as you can tell is pitching the nose up. That's not a good thing to be doing, but it's happening, so some people are just going to have to deal with it. That's not very nice, but I know a lot of people pick on YouTube videos and they're like, you were flaring 20 miles out. Admittedly, that's my fault. I'm going too slow. Right, anyway, I shall come back to you guys when this pink diamond is falling about halfway. Hello guys, that little thing I was speaking about, the little diamond is now falling and it's just about to hit that line, so I'm going to hit the approach button. And it's going to be a little bit slow, and now it's going to start taking us down with the ILS feather. I think it's because I was adjusting my speed then that it started to go like this, but now it's going to start to nosedive. That is completely my fault. I should not have done that. It's because I was actually changing my speeds as we came in. It doesn't look massively bad, but obviously if you were on that plane, I'd be pretty shocked if it was me, to be honest. But anyway, now, just ignore that. That never happened. Sorry, that was appalling. Anyway, as you can tell, we are lined up left and right. And now it's starting to line up. Now, so what we're just going to want to do is you're going to want to put out your flaps. And you're going to slowly want to take down your speed to your required landing speed, which will be whatever your landing speed is, I guess. It depends on how heavy your aircraft is, etc, etc. Righty ho. Okay, we're still sort of nosing. In fact, no, that's about equal. You wouldn't be able to tell that in a plane. But now we're too low. It's okay, that's gonna go fine. We'll be absolutely fine now. We shall be absolutely fine. He says, as he starts to go too slow. See, now it's gonna look wrong. Because now I'm gonna start to lift the nose up and That bit was my fault, I was at the wrong speed, but that doesn't matter now. Apart from that little nosedive, apart from that, we are A-OK. As you can see, it has now levered out. And we are coming in perfectly straight on that runway. I'm not really sure what cockpit this is. It's the FS recorder cam, which is really weird because you can't actually see anything from it. I do sort of want to remove it, but that may take time. And now we just want to get our landing gear down. Make sure it all locks. Nose gear. Left gear, right gear. Good. I do like this plane. I think the 737 is beautiful. Right, anyway, I'm going to tell you about the things that you're actually going to need to do as you come in. So as you come over these lights here with my X-ray vision, as you get about here with these lights, what you're going to want to do then is cut the throttle to idle. So you're going to want to either hit this or hit Control R and bring your throttle all the way back. Obviously don't put your reverse thrust on, and you're also going to want to hit this button here, Autopilot master switch, and you're going to want to turn that off as well. I might struggle with this because, as I said, my joystick is broken, so I can't actually use my joystick at the moment. I might be using mouse yoke, or I might use joystick. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, that doesn't matter, we're coming into land. So if I do smash into the ground, it's because I couldn't decide if I should use my joystick or my thingy-majiggy-majiggy-majong. You know what I mean. As you can see, we are coming in perfectly. Okay. Control R. Leave it for a second. And cut back to idle. And autopilot off. And you're going to want to come in for the touchdown. I no idea how good that was. Brake. Spoilers. Reverse thrust. I was slightly to the left there, but that's because my joystick is broken. Oh, my spoilers actually didn't come up. That was awkward. Okay. Thought I pressed the button, but didn't. Okay, I'm just going to sit here on the runway because I'm awkward and I've shown you how to do a landing. So, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll just have another look at that landing from an outside view. Okay, so now we're just going to watch it again. Lovely view of London in the background. I think we nearly had a tail strike. I think I was flaring too much, which is the one thing you don't want to be doing. In all the YouTube videos that I watch, I'm like, why are you flaring so much? As you can see, cutting throttle to idle. Oh, in fact, no, that was alright. I did start to come off to the left and placed it down gently. I thought I had my spoilers up now, but I clearly didn't hit the right button. I had it mapped to my joystick, but I didn't put it on. And there we go, that is the landing. I hope you enjoyed. I did leave a few mistakes, but apart from that it was alright. So thank you for watching, and any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments. Thank you for watching.